Hey, how's it going, guys? Today we're going to be unboxing the HGUC Moon Gundam from the new mobile suit Moon Gundam series, manga series anyway, for the time being. I haven't read it at all, but the designs look pretty interesting, I have to say. A lot of the designs do look pretty cool. Different kind of variations on some similar designs that we've all come to love over the years. But anyway, some of the more quicker reviewers have been at work on this kit and have given it rave reviews, so I'm looking forward to checking it out for myself. One thing that I haven't really quite liked about the Moon Gundam from the start was how very obvious that it was designed by the same designer who designed the Gundams for IBO. It carries so much of the same kind of design aesthetic in my eyes, so it's really hard to look at this and not see it as something from IBO, even though, of course, it very obviously is like a sort of Gundam Sazabi hybrid. And so, I don't know, it's just kind of a strange mix of design aesthetics for me, UC and IBO all kind of thrown into the mix. But nevertheless, it does look really, really cool, and by all accounts, it acts pretty cool as a kit, so looking forward to checking it out either way. Let's get into it. Thank you to USA Gundam Store, as always, for sponsoring this review, guys. Check the link to their site down below. I know they've got their stock of these in already, so you can order that from them and save 10% with that coupon code there, ZakuAurelius10. So really cool box art too here, by the way, obviously very prominently featuring the moon and its kind of crescent moon shaped backpack funnel bits on there. I'm not exactly sure what those are called. Let's check it out here. First, the ends of the box is just going to let us know that this is 215 in the HGUC line. And then here on the bottom, there's going to be called Psycho Plates. There you go. So it's got Psycho Plates, butterfly edges, which are basically kind of like butterfly knives. Anyway, just kind of like beam daggers. And then the beam tomahawk, which is a sort of very long extended beam tomahawk. Sort of, again, a hybrid between a beam saber and a beam tomahawk used by the Sazabi or the Shinanju. And the beam rifle, which also looks very much like the beam shotgun used by the Sazabi. It even points that out again here as well. It says various details show that the MS later connects to the Sazabi. So I believe this came in canon before the Sazabi, if I remember correctly. I'm sure there's some other information around here that will let us know. Anyway, let's get to the action poses here. It shows you how the cycle plates kind of fit into each other, so you can form them in different ways. You can kind of close them up. You can use, I know, a couple of them onto the side of the arm as like a small little shield. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can do with this. Very cool. With the butterfly edges, you can have them like sticking out of the back of the arm there, or as like a thrown weapon. So that's pretty cool as well. And then here on the other side, it's a really cool shot there of the kit, just all CGI'd out there. And then some information here, so let's see what we can figure out. Alright, so it's basically after the Grips conflict, Amuro-Ray fought against a Gundam type MS that was destroyed, that had a new Psychomo system, and the head and the cycle plates of that MS drifted to the moon, and then they were salvaged and attached onto the Vargil, which was a prototype for the Sazabi. So basically, the Vargil is basically, which we don't know if we're getting a kit of that or not. It was shown, but we still haven't seen any more news about that since then. Maybe that'll end up being a P Bandai or something. Alright, and then the list price is 3,000 yen. Yes, that's a very high list price for an HG kit, to be sure. As you can see, it's a pretty thick box. It's a pretty big box, and it's a pretty good sized mobile suit in there as well. Obviously, with it being kind of a prototype of the Sazabi, it's going to be pretty large, but it's not as large as the Sazabi. I've seen some comparison images, and yeah, it's just not quite as big. So we're going to have a whole bunch of runners in here, and it looks like the Psycho plates are not quite as pink as I was expecting. They're quite red in terms of their color. So that's interesting. We do also have a base in here included, so that's nice. It's like in clear black. So the base itself probably adds about like 500 yen onto the price. So the kit being about 2,500 yen is not too bad. We have a good amount of HGs that come out around the 2,400 yen, so it's just a little bit more than that. And there's quite a lot of parts in here, so I don't know. The price does seem not too bad. Checking out the manual here, we've got the standard HGUC styling with the Gundam standing there, and then some information about it there. Really nice reference image for painting the kit there, as long as you want to stick to the original color scheme. Some more information here. I'll just let you guys read that if you want to check that out for yourself. Information there about the Psycho Plate, about the Beam Tomahawk, about the Butterfly Edge there, and then about the beam rifle itself. So down here at the bottom is giving you a little timeline there. I guess this would have been easy to just get a quick summary. Vargil, Moon Gundam, Sazabi. There you go. So we don't have a kit of the Vargil yet, unfortunately. We'll have to see. Hopefully we do. It's basically the same thing, just with a different head and different backpack. But we'll have to see about that. Color guide here at the bottom. It's pretty standard Gundam colors, But the blue is definitely a little bit different. I definitely like the shade of blue with this one. It's a little bit more lighter. It's not so bright toy colored blue. Alright, so parts list. With this being a brand new kit, obviously it looks like it's going to be using pretty much everything except for a couple of parts there and then a couple of parts from the action base. And then it's just on into the construction. So it's just body, head, arms, upper body's done, legs, waist, and then all of this here for the cycle plates on the backpack. And then background to our color pages is just going over how to put together the action base and then how to mount everything. So how to connect the cycle plates and how to use the different weaponry and things like that on there. So there you go. Let's take a look at the runners. Alright, so we don't have any stickers or polycaps included with this kit, so we can just skip right past that. And here is the action base included. Once again, it's in like a clear black. Runner A1 here, all in white, is just labeled 1/44 scale Moon Gundam, and we also have runner A2, which is a copy of this section here. And you can see how there's the sections here where the cycle plates can be omitted for the Vargo, which would be just this runner, this part of the runner here. And then runner B also in white, and once again you can see how the head parts are also segmented, so those would be able to be omitted for the Vargo. And also you'll notice a lot of really nice detail on this kit, very highly detailed. Runner C1 is in this really nice kind of lavenderish blue, even more so than how it looked in the manual and on like the promo photos on the sides of the box and everything. The plastic looks a lot more violet. Looks a lot more purple than just the regular blue that we see on most of the other images. So I do like that. I actually really prefer this color. So that's quite nice. And then we do also have runner C2, which is a copy of this half of the runner here. Then we got runner D just in a kind of standard warm gray here. And it's just some weapons parts and some kind of frame parts, joint parts, and hands on there. And again, just fantastic detail all around. Runner E again for some more joint parts and things like that. And then we do have two of this E runner. Runner F is our beam effect parts here in clear pink. And then runner F2 is our red parts, few of them as there are, basically just a couple ones for the head and then for the torso. Runner G1 here is a couple more parts in white, including our V fin there. And then runner G2 is a couple parts here in yellow, just for a few little vent accents in the shoulders and in the chest. And then runner H we actually have two of because you have the option. This is just the part for the eyes and head camera. So you can choose whether you want to have that in green or in just clear, and you can paint it whatever color you want. So very nice. And finally runner I1 here with just all the parts for the cycle plates. And then runner I2 as well, which is just a copy of this half of the runner here. And as I said, this is definitely a lot more red than I was expecting. So that's pretty interesting. I'll have to see how bright this glows against the white plastic. That should look pretty nice. So there you go, the HG Moon Gundam. I don't really have any doubts that it's going to live up to the hype. It looks pretty amazing. If nothing else, the detail on it looks so good. And the part separation, everything, the construction of it just looks really nice as well. So I'm sure this is going to be a lot of fun to put together and a lot of fun to just work with this kit. So thank you guys so much for watching as always. The question is if it's going to be really worth that high price tag. I think so, but we'll just have to see in the review. So thank you so much for watching again, and thank you to USA Gundam Store. I'll see you guys in the review. Bye bye.
Hey! Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you want to check the kit out for yourself, you can head over to USA Gundam Store. Use that coupon code ZakuAurelius10. Save yourself 10%. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.